I think the best way to start a Saturday morning is by sitting down and watching Shouwa. Now, I know this series came out late Friday night, but I was a little bit busy, and I decided, you know what, let's just save it for, Saturday morning. And quite the surprise to wake up to. Shouwa, once again, does an incredible second episode. That probably is by far one of the best second episodes of the season I have seen so far. Yeah, definitely. The best second episode of the season. Hands down. I mean, I love Bokudake's second episode, but honestly, I gotta say, I actually like this one a whole lot more than even Bokudake's second episode. Now, I'm not saying Bokudake's second episode was bad, by no fucking means. I love Bokudake's second episode. But Shouwa, the second episode, the camera angles to the comedy, incredible. It was really incredible to see how this was displayed to the audience. And what really got me intrigued about this second episode was one scene. The scene that got me was the different styles of Rakugo from Yakumo and Suke. When you saw Yakumo doing his Rakugo, it was very, very bland and boring. Now, this doesn't mean it's bad. You just listen to me real quick. When I saw him perform when he was young with the flashback, I'm like, yo, he is very bland. He is very boring. And then you see Suke go up there and do his performance, and he has this life about him, this just breath of fresh air, and you're like, my god, he's so enthusiastic, he has this life in his voice. And when I saw that, I instantly saw the beauty in this series. The beauty in this series is so apparent now. For one reason, it's the voice actors. The voice actors are what is really making this series right now. If it wasn't for the very superb voice actors doing a good job with the acting of telling these stories to how Yakumo and Suke are very different with their styles of Rakugo, I don't think I would have appreciated this episode as much as I would have, or even more than Bokudake. Because I remember in the first episode, when I was watching Yakumo's style, like what he was doing with his storytelling, I want to be honest, I was with Yotaro. I was kind of a little bit like, a little bit kind of, a little bit sleepy. But I mean, it wasn't bad. I loved what I was seeing. But then seeing, Yotaro's performance, I was like, damn, this is entertaining shit. I got some good laughs out of it. And then I see this episode, and the same thing happens. The same exact thing happens. I get bored with his performance, and then I see Suke pop up and start doing his performance, and life just kicks back into my chest. I'm like, damn, this is fucking awesome. And that instantly made me realize what makes this series so damn good. How the characters can make you feel bored one minute, and then excited one minute, is a very hard feat. Now, many might think that's not a good thing, to feel bored. But actually, this was intentional from what I can assume, from the way the character was designed. His Rakugo was so plain and boring, it had no life. It's like this, like, if you're reading a book, okay, out to the entire public. Let's say I was on a podium, I was reading a fucking piece of a book, like literature, and it was a very inspirational moment. And I'm reading it, and I sound like very monotone, like, oh, did this happen here, and let's all dream, everybody. Let's dream. Let's all work, and you get the point. Just acting very emotionless, monotone, and you're not giving a fuck. And then you see this other dude come up, and he's like, I love you all, and he's just acting all fucking emotional and shit. The voice is what gets you. It captivates you. Where you're like, my god, this is amazing. And the way this episode 2 of Shouwa, did that, I gotta say, fucking awesome. Like, that was brilliant on their part for doing that. It was risky, very fucking risky, actually, because it was boring to the point to where you might stop the episode. But then it gets you right after that, because when I was watching that part, it was dragging on and on and on and on, and then we got to Suke's performance, and it felt like less than 30 seconds to a minute. That's how fast it went. Even though it was very long as well, it just goes to show you the entertainment value he gives you. So Shouwa, just for that regard, good job for actually getting me to really see the beauty in the series and the different styles of Rakugo. Now, besides that, this episode takes a more of a note of giving characterization to our main prodigies of Rakugo, or the masters, and getting to see the different styles between them, and also how they eventually became what they were later on in the future. So Yakumo he was actually hurt in the past. Like, he had bad legs since the very beginning, since he was very young. And with him walking with a cane in the first episode, we probably all thought it was because of old age or something. But then we see him, walking with a cane and stuff when he was young. So it shows you he had a little bit of a tragic backstory, which is very sad. And then also seeing what happened to Suke when, he also kind of had no family at all. He was kind of abandoned. It also is very sad. So both of our two main prodigies for Rakugo kind of had a very tragic, backstory. So it's sad. Very, very sad stuff right there. But then, when we get to see our character Yakumo kind of open up, and he tries to reveal all these details about his past, it was a very great moment to allow you to get connected with this character, for you to understand him, and it also played with the part of his performance to the later performance of the episode. So I feel like this episode had the right amount of cogs turning to make it very wonderful, and an enjoyable ride at that. So yes, Shouwa Episode 2, once again, very good. A very good episode, and I actually like this flashback. I'm very surprised we got a flashback, because stuff like this, with a flashback like this, usually in series like this, it takes a while to get to something like this. But then, we have it in the second episode, we're getting this characterization, and we're going to get to see the differences in teaching styles with Yotaro and what he's going to be like in the future. So yeah, episode of Shouwa, honestly, with my enjoyment value, entertainment value, and all that, 10 out of 10. Fucking 10 out of 10. I'm sorry, like I said. Let's wrap it up. So you all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.